Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Tactics Ogre Reborn walkthrough. So we're actually going to start out here, I'm starting out here right after having left the Palace of the Dead. I went all the way through all 100 grueling floors. Actually it wasn't that bad, but boy it was an undertaking. Anyways, what I originally went into the Palace of the Dead for in the first place was actually just to recruit Deneb. So Deneb becomes available pretty early on in Chapter 4. Let's take a look here. You do need to have a little talk with Warren here. So you need to do Deneb's Emporium for one thing, which I already did that, and then you need to do the Blast on Exeter. That is what unlocks basically the Palace of the Dead. Now, if you actually just want to recruit Deneb, you actually don't need to go into the Palace of the Dead if you don't want, but you do have to go in there and get relics if you want to get her best class, right? So she starts out as a witch if you don't upgrade relics, but if you do upgrade relics, she gets the wiki class. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but anyways, it's kind of like her. I mean, it's her specific class. So, anyways, let's go into the shop here. I do have a ton of relics, and I actually already upgraded the relics that I wanted or needed. I guess maybe let's just do that again. Let's see, what are some? I've got so many here that I could. Let's do like Gurza's Atabak. Okay, so you really, what you need to do is you need to upgrade 3 times, and there's a couple of different ways to do that. If you have a ton of relics of one type, you can basically select, let's just say Gurza's Atabak or Atabak, whatever. Let's see here. This is 8, 16, 13, 15. Yeah, let's go with this one. Yeah, we did that. Okay, so basically because I've got so many of these, what I can do is we'll upgrade once, and you can see here, obviously you're using the Gurza's Atabak and then upgrading with the secondary one. And you can see the blue numbers means that those 2 stats are upgrading. That's probably obvious, right? +1 and +1. So we're going to get 1 more crushing damage and then +1 more fire damage out of this by upgrading. So let's just do that. And at this point now I can actually just take that upgraded one and do it again. Because I've got, so many of these specific relics. Otherwise, what you could do is you could do like a sage staff and a sage staff, right? And then do that, and then you could take a third one. Let's just say, you've got beadbound blade and beadbound blade, right? So basically, what you need to do is if you've got 6 different. Or I should say, if you have 3 pairs, that's probably the best way to describe this, right? But it's just you need to upgrade 3 times. So you can either do 3 different pairs, or if you have 3 of a single artifact, you could use 2 of them to upgrade and then add the 3rd one to that, and that counts as 2 upgrades. Or if you have 4 of the same artifact, you could use the first 2, then add 1 to that, and then add the last one to that again. So it really depends on what you've done in Palace of the Dead and how many artifacts you've got. I think there's other ways to get artifacts as well, but I got all of mine from Palace of the Dead, so I'm using that as my example. But anyways, all right. So I've already actually upgraded all of the relics, and you need to upgrade specifically here in Deneb's shop. It doesn't count if you've upgraded other relics at other shops, right? They need to be specifically here. The last thing that you need to do is you need to buy orbs from her, and you need to buy 1 of every single one of these. This is basically I've actually got almost all of them. I am missing the 1, and I'll just show you kind of what we need to do to get more of them. But let me just take a look. There's a list here actually of all of the different orbs too. So basically you need to get 1 of each orb, and you need to, again, same thing though, you need to buy it specifically from Deneb's shop. Any orbs that you've bought prior to this do not count. And this is specifically to actually recruit her. Upgrading the relics is part of, or I should say, upgrading the relics is required if you want to get her upgraded class, whereas the recruitment for her specifically is just the orbs. The kind of crummy thing about her, though, is you got to be careful. You can't buy her orbs first. You have to do the upgrade stuff first, or upgrading relics first, right? If you want to get her best class. Because the problem is, if you just buy all of the orbs, that starts her recruitment. And then you won't be able to get her class. So keep that in mind. But anyways, this is almost all of them. I am missing a dust orb, though. So what I need to do here is I need to auction one of my dragons. And that's going to be the Earth Dragon. So let's just sell this. We'll just sell it right to here. Get a little bit of cash. And then we'll go back into the buy. We'll go into the sundries. And then we'll zip down here to the orbs. Alright, so this is all of them. So the Void Orb is coming from a Hydra or a Void Hydra. I don't know what a Void Hydra is. I have no idea what that is. I've never seen that before. I'm just referencing another list. I've never seen that, but I ended up getting a ton of Hydras. I don't believe that you can auction an undead or a zombie Hydra, though, so keep that in mind. The Gale Orb is coming from a Cloud Dragon. Easy enough, right? There's tons of those in Farampa. And I should say, the Void Orbs coming from the Hydra. Hydras are pretty tough to come by. If you're watching my walkthrough, you'll have seen me basically point out every single Hydra, or possible Hydra up until this point, and I am playing the Law route. But plenty of them on the other routes as well. So, and then on top of that, you know, if you need to, you could get one from the Palace of the Dead. So that's always another option. Gale Orb, again, that was Cloud Dragon. The Dust Orb comes from the Earth Dragon. Storm Orb coming from the Thunder Dragon. Cataract Orb from the Flood Dragon, or an Octopus will get you those as well. The Inferno Orb coming from Flame Dragons or Cyclops. Black Ice is coming from, I believe that's the Frost Dragon. Frost Dragon. Yeah, Black Ice Orb, yep. Radiant is coming from Arc Dragons, so those are the light-based dragons, right? And then the Gloom Orb coming from Dark Dragons. I could have swore orbs were coming from Griffins as well, but I don't remember now if that's true. I guess I could test it out if I really wanted to, but I mean, it's just easy enough to get most of this stuff from the Farampa Wildwood. The Arc Dragon, though, and the Dark Dragon, I don't believe those are available there, so that's going to be more storyline stuff. And actually, it's I did get a Radiant or a Arc Dragon from the Ashion side quest as well. So I didn't auction that off, but and I still have that dragon in my party. But that's another option as well, right? So and then there's tons of Dark Dragons in Palace of the Dead. Okay, so now that I've added one of every orb to her shop, we need to buy them. And again, you need to specifically buy them from her. Any orbs that are in your inventory that you bought at a regular shop or like the Palace of the Dead shop do not count for her recruitment. So again, make sure that you're buying them specifically from her. So buy one orb, let's buy one Gale, one Dust, one Storm, one Cataract, one Inferno, one Black Ice, one Radiant, and one Gloom Orb. And then let's leave.
Deneb, dear, I find myself in a spot of trouble. I was hoping you might... No, but I wouldn't want to inconvenience you.
You started this. Finish what you meant to say.
No. I'm not in the habit of imposing on others. The one who spilt the brew should mop it up. Forget I said anything. Off with you now. Ta-ta!
All right, so in order to recruit her, you need to say, no, let's have it.
Let's hear it. Perhaps I can help.
I wouldn't ask that much. It's a nuisance, really.
A nuisance? Tell me what it is, and I'll be the judge of that.
I shouldn't want to be obliged to you, dear. A young lady should never let herself feel obliged.
She's right about one thing. This is a nuisance.
Cute but slow, this one. A girl likes a man with a strong, firm hand.
You should, speak to yourself more quietly.
Oh, my lips betray me.
Say what you have to say.
Oh, I haven't upset him, have I? My dear little goose.
I heard that as well. Spit it out, would you?
Ahem. Yes, well, I am a witch, as you know. Witch are witch, it's all the same.
The pointy hat rather gave it away.
And as a witch, I find myself dabbling in a great deal of magic, always concocting something new.
Trouble, most like.
But if it weren't for this meager shop, I'd scarce have enough money to eat.
The shop thrives. Perhaps she's a spendthrift.
There is that, yes. I needed someone to help me around the shop.
And you thought to ask me?
Oh, you have the war to deal with. I wouldn't think of troubling you with something so trivial. That's why I decided to make a servant.
Make a servant?
Something I could manipulate with magic. A mindless golem. Clay golems are positively medieval, so I used a pumpkin instead.
You made a golem out of a pumpkin? Well, where is it? I don't see any pumpkin golem.
Oh, so quick to find fault. You may think I failed, but I never fail. The animation went perfectly, but it was, after all, a pumpkin. And apparently, pumpkins make for poor servants.
So it was a failure.
What was that?
I didn't say anything.
You're sure? I wouldn't want to make me angry if I were you.
Back to the pumpkin.
They said I wasn't paying them enough. And they quit.
Weren't paying them enough, but they're golems.
I pride myself on attention to detail. I needed proper servants, so I made them as lifelike as possible. I gave them wills of their own.
In other words, a failure.
I didn't catch that.
So, where are these pumpkin golems now?
Well, they tried to rob me, but I am an accomplished spellcaster. I taught them a lesson they won't forget, and they fled screaming from my shop.
Exactly how many are we talking about?
I lost count. I have been known to get a little carried away.
Where are they?
Well, that's just the trouble. They were quite intent on being paid, you see. They're ransacking the village for coin.
This is starting to sound like more than a nuisance.
You see, I can't help but feel partly responsible.
What? Partly? So why haven't you done anything about it?
They're in a frenzy. I can't handle them alone.
Why do I get the feeling she's enjoying this?
Never. But I do need your help, dear.
Stay out of my thoughts, if you don't mind. So, wait. All this was to ask me to help you exterminate some pumpkins?
Yes, I suppose it was. I'd be ever so grateful.
Are you going to tell me where they are?
Oh, yes. Their leader called herself Pumpkin, a thick-rinded, particularly insolent creature. She said she wanted to become human.
Why would she want to do that?
Oh, I said something to the effect that only humans were paid for their labor. Pumpkin must have taken that to heart. Or to seed. Seeds. Whatever.
I'm starting to feel sorry for the pumpkins.
Come again?
I said I feel sorry for the pumpkins.
No sympathy for poor Deneb. I feel a tear running down my cheek.
This is getting old.
When Pumpkin asked me how she could become human, I told her some relic of the Dragon Lords might make it possible.
I don't believe this.
Come again?
Then they're headed for the Palace of the Dead.
Precisely! I will accompany you, of course. I wouldn't think of asking you to go alone. I will have to close the shop, but it should be worth it for our romantic getaway.
As if the pumpkin golems weren't enough.
Alright, Deneb joined the party as a guest. Let's take a look. There she is. Level 32. She's a witch though right now. I think you get the class marks for her after the quest is over. Which is also probably a good thing because I'm going to want to swap her over to Dark Element before I do that. So, alright, so the next step here, we need to go to Vask. Yeah, there's the Vask is even kind of like a red. Yeah, I guess it's obvious that there's a battle there, right? I'm going to save here. Just, I want to make sure that I've got this done, you know, exactly right. So let's head on in here. Win with a warlock or witch in the battle party, obtain a buff card, and use a recruit skill, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm actually just going to bring my witch as well. Yep, we've got control golem. So let's do it. Also, let's just give her some items if I can. Yep, I can. I could probably give her some better gear here too, which probably would make sense. What's this thing? Yeah. 310, 37, 16, 15, 5. Alright, and then let's grab her a... Probably can't use any artifact daggers. Yeah, it's not looking like it. Yeah, okay. Just gonna have to go with a Balder dagger, it's looking like. Which is a bit of a drag, but... There we are. Crown. Is this the right? Nope. I'm gonna need to swipe a dress from somebody, but... Sork robe for now. The mage mitts. High boots. Yes. And we'll give her a ring. That looks pretty good. She needs a dagger, skill, concentration, and I guess engulf. Yeah, I guess engulf makes sense. Okay, oh, shoot. With a drain. Lytic. And there's charm. Even though she won't use this stuff as a guest anyway, but I'd rather have her set up. Okay, that looks good. Let's do this. Oh, I can scout. So there's a specific pumpkin here that I think I want to get. Oh, I can't check their names. Yeah, and here's Pumpkin. And she's a wiki. Or witcha. Is that how she said it? Was it witcha? Something like that. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, let's get started. But there is a pumpkin that I want to get here. I think his name is like Pumpkin Stopheles or something like that. It's just some crazy long name. Which I think is very funny.
They're everywhere.
Oh, don't look so grim. Take down Pumpkin and the rest should go quietly.
Which one's Pumpkin? They all look the same.
Pumpkin! Pumpkin! You can come out now. Mummy's not upset with you anymore.
Nothing.
That's strange. I wonder where she's gone.
They seem docile enough now. Maybe we can simply ask them to come back.
It's worth a try. Pumpkin! Pumpkin! Mummy's brought you your allowance.
Still not biting.
Pumpkin doesn't want allowance. Pumpkin wants real money.
She's here.
I told you, Pumpkin. Only people get paid to work. That's my position and I'm sticking to it.
She's nothing if not stubborn.
But Pumpkin is a people!
How is this possible?
This isn't funny, Pumpkin. If you mean to challenge me, you're in for a rude awakening. I don't know what sort of glamour this is, but get rid of it this instant.
Pumpkin could do that. But Pumpkin thinks you will be sorry.
I've been patient, but enough is enough. We'll see how insolent you are when you're begging in a pie dish. Come, Deneb. Let us show her who she's up against.
How did I get myself into this?
Alright. Vanquish Pumpkin. Alright, so Deneb, it's probably obvious, needs to stay alive for this. And, yeah, let's take a look around here. I think he's like somewhere around. Yeah, Pumpkin Stopheles. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so Pumpkin Stopheles is kind of unique in that his name is actually 15, or its name is 15 characters. When you name a unit, it can only be up to 12. So that's why I'm going to grab that thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Anyways, let's do this. So yeah, the challenge is probably going to be to not annihilate everything and to actually get that thing recruited. Pumpkin Munt. Okay. I think the giveaway that you've done everything right is that Pumpkin's class is Witcher. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. Plunk. Oh, I should check the conditions again here. I should say, pew. I really like Deneb. Deneb is one of my favorite characters in the game, so it's been a long time coming. What I really honestly should have done was obtain a buff card and use a recruit skill. What I should have done was to just go into the Palace of the Dead, grab like, a couple of relics and then leave. and then recruit her, and then go back in. But I got down there and I was like, oh, maybe I'll just keep going. And then yeah, I just kept going. So, but yeah, I really should have done that. It would have been more fun, I think, to have Deneb in there with me, and I could have, you know, used her. And I mean, whatever, it's fine at the end of the day. But it would have been, yeah. And you know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, to be completely honest, though, she would have been stuck at 32. So, and that probably isn't actually a good idea for somebody who, you know, is well, for a mage, right? I mean, I don't know that anybody can really get away with being stuck at 32, right? At a certain point in there, right? Obviously, the first couple of levels, it's not a big deal, but eventually, yeah, it becomes kind of not doable. But yeah, anyways, very excited though to get her. We'll see how much I get to use her because of, yeah, the whole level cap thing for the time being. But it's also just that, you know, I've got so many units now that are really strong at, you know, like level 45. So we will see. Plunk. Yeah, and it's not that I mean, so obviously I can use Chariot here, so, you know, if things don't go quite the way I want, at least I can still do that. Which feels foreign now, you know, being able to Chariot again after doing the last, you know, whatever, 20 levels of Palace of the Dead where you can't. So let's get her sped up. Why do I have spell charge on her? That's weird. Oh, whatever. Where is this little puke? Where'd he go? Is it him? Yeah, right there. I think I'm gonna try to silence her. Yes, she can be silenced. Key is gonna be to not annihilate her though before, or end the battle before I get my little guy here. I think the last time, so when I did this before, you know, my initial pass through the game, I did a no Chariot all the way, and you know, it makes me then remember, like, oh, man, this battle was really annoying because, right, I was trying to, I know at one point I think Deneb just ended up killing Pumpkin and ending it before I got this guy recruited, so, you know, that was annoying. But yeah, this time it should be a little different story. Should be. As long as she doesn't take a turn and annihilate this guy. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, this is honestly kind of a joke, though. I mean, I have a bunch of level 45s, right? So it's going to be probably pretty obvious why it's going to be really easy. Oh, she doesn't have... She's got really crappy movement. What's going on with that? Move 4. Huh. Okay, well, whatever. Oops. That was a fun looking skill. Pumpkin Rick? I feel like that's a Rick and Morty episode. Just waiting to happen. Although I suppose it's kind of already been done with the whole pickle Rick. I don't know why I put that guy asleep just to wake him up. Why not? Oh, jeez. That is kind of what I was afraid was going to happen. Well, she hasn't, it's not over yet. It's not too late, right? And I should, if this works out well, I should be able to pull this off. The witches? She's still a little too far away, though. Let's move here. I'm going to try to box this guy in a little bit so that he's not moving around all over the place. Pumpkin. 25% even from here is pretty good. The only worry that I've got, though, is that I try to recruit and then this thing just gets knocked out. That just got him on the first try. Well, hopefully, one of these... Yeah, there it goes. That's what I thought was going to happen. All right, so I need to chariot that. I knew that that was going to happen. Somehow I knew. And look at that. That was so close to working out, too. Oh, what if I, what if I charm that guy instead? Let's do that. Alright, so we'll do control golem. This should be the successful recruit. And then we'll try to charm this guy. Yeah! Just like that. Chariot, baby! Right, that worked. Okay. And just to be sure, I'm going to heal this guy up. Alright, let's finish this. I mean, there really isn't anything else that I need to do here. I don't need to, like, try to, I don't know, get anything else done. Like, I don't need to kill all this stuff, I think. Anyway. I think it's just kill Pumpkin and that's it. Pumpkin is people. Oh, man. Alright, let's do it. End this with a big bang. Boom. There we do. There we go, I mean. Jeez, there I go? Or there I do? What was that? Where'd that come from? My brain got broke. Alright, there it is. Pumpkin Stopheles wants to join the party. Yeah, yep, we're doing that.
Aw, just when Pumpkin was finally a people. Pumpkin only wanted to be treated like everybody else.
Why not give her a second chance, Deneb? The village isn't too badly damaged, really.
Spare the rod, spoil the pumpkin, Deneb.
You said yourself that you needed someone to help out. If you leave Pumpkin to tend the shop, you could even, well, you could even come with us.
That sounds like a proposal.
What do you say, Pumpkin?
How rude.
Pumpkin will get paid? And others too?
I am the shop's proprietress, so I'll need a fair split of the profits. Say 70%?
Ooh, splitting hairs more like.
True. A proprietress deserves her share. Still, 20%.
Not shy, is she?
50%.
30.
40, and that's my final offer.
35.
What have I started?
Have to have the last word, eh? Fine, 35, but you'll pay the others out for your end.
Deal!
And don't go forgetting who your master is.
All right. Okay. So, she actually is starting out as the Witcher. I didn't realize that, and she is starting out with the dark element. So that's pretty much perfect. Let's get her recruited here, and hopefully that didn't eat a bunch of the gear that I had on her. I doubt it, but let's just take a look here. Yeah, I think we've got all the same old gear that I had before. So, all right, that's Deneb. That is the Witcher class. I'm gonna set her up as I do. I'll actually do that stuff off screen, but definitely gonna give her another copy of. Ooh, she can use Abyss too. That's pretty slick. I'm gonna use Meteor Strike 3. Where's my drain at? Drain. There we go. Drain. Maybe I'll give her that Abyss spell, because I don't really use PZ that much, or Paralyze, right, or Stun, whatever. And then Charm. Now, here's where we get into some cool stuff, though. Her Witch's Smile says charms enemy units within one tile. Chance of success increases with rank, has no effect on female units. So that's actually kind of good. Well, not working on female units, but it's a pretty cool ability. I kind of like that one. I'll probably use it. Magic Time is amazing. Spellcraft and Spell Strike to the caster is really good. So that's like an upgraded concentration. Stirring Kiss. I usually don't really use this. Short range ability that blows a memorable kiss at a single target has a chance to stop and hobble. I mean, that is pretty good. And especially for that price, honestly, 35, that's pretty cheap for that ability, right? That's pretty good. But I'll probably do Witch's Smile, or I'll do Engulf. It's kind of a toss-up, but it does feel, though, like, you know, if we're going to use her, we might as well use some actually, like, unique abilities. So that's probably what I'll do. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Very happy, though, about her, and I thought that I had to swap to her class, and actually, you know, use a mark. Yeah, and they do give you 3 more Wicca's marks. So if you want to swap her to something else and then swap her back or whatever, you can definitely do that. Okay, so the last thing that I'm gonna do here is trigger the little scene regarding Deneb and Warren here at Elmorica Castle. So let's head on over here, and we'll see that and call it a day.
Where do you think you're going? He's not well.
A visit from an old comrade in arms might boost his spirits then.
Comrade in arms? Ha! If only you carved a foe half as well as you carved a pumpkin.
I should carve you for that. You certainly have the name for it. Cantaloupe. Oh, you poor dear. How are you?
Canopus. The name is Canopus.
Oh, I think he's asleep. Rise and shine, Warren.
Quiet! He needs his rest.
Don't be silly. Why cling to that frail old body when there are so many others to be had?
Not everyone changes bodies at the first sign of a wrinkle.
This is the body I was born into, thank you very much. And who has wrinkles?
I have boots with less leather.
You're looking a little grey in the plumage yourself.
You leave my plumage out of this.
You're cute when you're angry.
I'm beginning to think Warren is the lucky one here.
Must have ruffled his feathers. Get well soon, old friend.
Alright, that's cute. Alright, that's going to be it for this one. As always, hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.